and gentlemen, boys and girls, cardaholics of all ages, welcome back to Big House Cards, and thank you so much for watching. Today on Talkin Cards, I want to talk about breakers. For those who don't know, breakers are basically you pay them to break product for you. Group breaks are where a bunch of people pay for a number of boxes or even a case, and you pay for a random spot, meaning you get a random team of cards, or maybe you pay for a certain team, or maybe even pay for a certain player if it's one of those kinds of products. Well, the breaking community has, to say the least, hasn't exactly had a lot of favors done to itself recently. So obviously we all know the backyard breakers and their controversy and how they're awful. Well, recently, a breaker by the name of CardFanz with a Z, he did a break on Series 2. And Series 2 baseball, excuse me. And he pulled a super short print. And it was a Wander Franco, you know, the 2022 Series 1 Wander Franco, but except Wander's head wasn't on it. They photoshopped the mascot's head on, Raymond, and they gave it the Raymond team name. Logic would conclude, based on the fact that the front of the card is the exact same image as the Wander, and the same exact card number too, 215 of Series 1. The exact same card number, the exact same image basically, minus the, you know, the mascot head. One could logically conclude that if somebody paid for the raise, they would get it. This was a player break. So the person who bought the Wander Franco spot should get the card, right? It just makes sense. CardFanz decided to play semantics. And because Raymond, which is what the card's name was not on the checklist, it doesn't have to go to that guy who bought Wander, because it's not a Wander Franco card because it doesn't have a Wander Franco name on it. It's a Raymond card. And therefore, any card not on the checklist that's pulled goes to the house, or the breaker keeps. So CardFanz is keeping this card. For those who don't know, these ultra short prints that Topps puts out are worth quite a bit of money. I'm talking like several $100s. The big-headed ones that came out last year in Update, the Ohtani ones sold for upwards of like $1,200. Tatis was over like $600 or $700. So you can imagine a Wander with Raymond's head on it is probably going to sell for several $100s. The breaker already got paid. He already got the money for the product and got the profit for it. So logic should conclude that the guy who bought the Wander spot should get the card. But the breaker is being scummy and keeping it for himself because of a semantic reason. It's one of the most unethical things I've seen, and we've seen backyard, and we've seen platinum card breaks, and we've seen other issues on YouTube where breakers do something shady or something scummy. I will tell you, I did maybe one group break in my life, and it was for 2019 Bowman's Best, and I bought the Yankees on eBay, and I got an autograph and a numbered card and some other cards, and I got all the cards, like no issues. So when I make this video, I'm not saying that all breakers are scummy, because that's not true. There are a lot of really good breakers out there. Houdini at Cheap Fun Breaks is, in my opinion, one of the best out there. There's, let's see, Mojo Break does a good job. Bayside Breakers, Andrew Bayside, he's awesome. Run Good Life, love him. Hitman, Shy City Pulls. A lot of YouTubers also do breaks, and they're fantastic. They do a great job. They're honest. They're upfront. They ship what they say they're going to ship. They don't do anything scummy to it. And if there's an error with like shipping or something, they make it right. So these people are fantastic breakers. And again, I don't want to say that nobody should break anything, because that's not true. breaking is one of the only ways that a lot of people can afford something like Prizm Football Hobby, or, you know, anything of that sort. A lot of the high-end stuff is broken like that. So that's not to say that breaking shouldn't happen. However, what this is to say is you have got to do your research on who you're breaking with. I think there are certain breakers that nobody should break with, like Backyard or Blez. I don't care for either of them. Personal preference. If you want to break with them, your choice. I think Backyard's done enough scummy stuff. Blez is just annoying. So let's just get that out of the way. I don't like them. They're very annoying. But there's a lot of ones on eBay and whatnot who are just complete scumbags. And you have got to do your research on who you're breaking with. Again, I don't do a lot of breaks, and there are certain breakers are the only ones that I'll do it with because they've proven themselves time and time again to be incredibly trustworthy. If I hit a big card, I know that I'm going to get that big card. Run Good Life, he did a Prizm break, and he hit a Mac Jones snakeskin. That card is probably worth several $1,000s. Maybe 10, in all honesty. And he shipped it. Like, he's not keeping cards for himself. He is shipping everything that he hits. A lot of these breakers do great work. So, again, this is not a knock on breakers. What this is a knock on is CardFanz. I would highly suggest you never, ever break with CardFanz on eBay, on YouTube. Don't do it. He's a scumbag who stole this card. Let's be real. He stole this card from this guy and is reaping the profit off of it and is saying absolutely nothing about it. He has been tweeted at and retweeted, and everybody's saying all this stuff against him, myself included, and he has said nothing about it. So you know it's sad because he clearly doesn't care about his integrity as a breaker. I highly encourage you, if you're going to do breaking, which again, there's nothing wrong with, you have got to do your research on who you break with. You've got to pick somebody who's trustworthy, who you can pay, and know that when you get your cards, whether that's not much to it or a really big hit, you're going to get what you deserve, what you paid for. So those are my thoughts. If you've heard about this or if you have other thoughts on breakers, would love to know what you guys think. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave a like, subscribe. We are getting so close to 1,000 subs. And until next time, bye-bye.